Invading the internet, covering Web 2.0, coast to coast, worldwide, and everywhere in between. This is where you put the social in social media. We are SocialBlade.
Yes, we are, and we love bacon because bacon is social media personified into a food format. The loveliness of pigs, the wonder of swine. We're going to bring it to you today. That's the goal of this Social Blade episode number. What are we at? 85?
25. 25.
25.
25.
We've been doing this for a quarter century since we only do this once a year. So
I think it's older. I think we are older than Victor, aren't we?
I think we are too. You know, Victor is currently not with us. He is not feeling well. Now I wish that were true. He's actually at a party that I was supposed to be at too at the LA Web Awards, but with an open bar and steaks and stuff like that. So Victor,
Tuna.
I'm taking one for the team, and
and Urgo is supposed to get a call in his cell too. So let's just get started.
Oh yes, Urgo, get a call on yourself. Hey Patrick, how you doing? How was your week, Pat?
I had just a fine week. No snow. I'm waiting for some more snow.
You sound really good.
Maybe Aaron can send it down.
Yeah, I really like the headset you got this week. It's excellent. Looks good.
Hey, now let me ask you something real quick, JD. What's going on over on the West Coast? Are you getting bombarded by everything from torrential downpours, mudslides, and even tornadoes?
Yes, we are. There was a tornado that touched down approximately 30 miles or so from where I am. There was torrential downpours. It has been just a wild and wacky idea, and I just would like to say that climate change does not exist. This is all normal. The earthquakes, the all that good stuff. Speaking of earthquakes, Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm great. Actually, I'm really, really cold. And I'd love to send you the snow, Pat. Definitely, because you've been getting some actually this week, and I'm not too happy about it. Today it's been kind of like a blizzard. So it's just cold. Burr.
Excellent.
Moving on.
Well, the funny part is you just wave.
Well, at least it's so cold. We got this cold.
I know, I am freezing. It's like 58 degrees out. I don't know what to do with myself.
I envy you.
I had to whip out my long sleeve shirt. That's how cold it got. So, chilly. I do have the window on because it's open because it did get hot for a minute there. Jason, I see you're nice and short sleeve shirted. You have a very interesting shirt. Can you show us what that shirt says?
I can indeed. It is the SocialBlade Show shirt.
The
Look
SocialBlade Show shirt. Please.
Say that 5 times fast.
Oh, I thought for a second.
SocialBlade Show shirt. SocialBlade Show shirt. SocialBlade. You didn't really mean for me to do that, did you?
She was totally kidding. It was out of command.
Yeah. You guys are all talking about the weather. We actually had a much warmer week here. It was even in the 60s, I think, yesterday. A couple of days before too. But it's raining today, so better than snow.
Definitely better than snow. That's for sure.
We do have a jam-packed show for you today, loaded with fat and gristle and everything that can be socially designed. For those of you who do want a t-shirt, please contact Urgo after the show. I'll post his phone number live on the blog, and so just give him a call and take the shirt right off of his back. What do you say we jump in? Can we jump in, or did I miss something? Okay.
I think we can jump in.
Let's jump in. As you can see on the screen, we have in front of the bacon. It's not good news. Social media's true impact on Haiti, China, and the world. So here's the thing. We've talked about this before. We've talked about the whole concept of how social media has grown beyond itself and has become a tool that can be used for many different things. It started off as something for communication between people and individuals. It started turning into a fad, something that celebrities were utilizing, then into a media source. And of late, it has been utilized to get the word out about particular causes and particular needs. Everyone's well aware of the recent earthquakes. There's 2, 8 days apart in Haiti. And the concept of Google, excuse me, Google, for those who don't know, is a search engine. It's a big site. And they are trying to leave China as a result of at least what they dub their protest of human rights. Now that part is arguable. We've really got two stories here, and I really wish Victor was here for this one part because I wanted to get his take when I first saw that we were doing this story. Not to say that I didn't want your all's take. I'm burying myself in a hole, aren't I? I'm going to stop right there. Patrick, tell me, you're familiar with the Google China incident?
No, actually, I'm not. That's why I was kind of rooting for Victor to be here myself.
Excellent. Well, here's so the way it goes down is China has been filtering Google for a long time, and they Google is not, for those who don't know, Google is not the biggest search engine in China. I think it's pronounced Baidu. I don't know.
Something like that.
I can't pronounce Baidu very well, but it's that's their search engine, and it's filtered very well. Google is not. So as a result, China filters a lot of Google results. If you do a search for certain things like Tiananmen Square, you get completely different results than if you search on it from anywhere else in the world. And that's the kind of thing where Google is now saying, you know what? If they're not going to give us if they're not going to allow the real results, we're gone. We're out of here. What do you think, Aaron? Should they pull out?
No.
No. Why?
I think what China's doing right now is just ridiculous. And, I believe in Urgo's theory that Google's going to take over the world in 5 years. And so I'm sticking with it. And I think that includes China.
Perfect.
4 years, 330 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 50 seconds. Thank you very much.
Ergopedia.
Is that 2012?
No, that's just when Google's going to take over the world.
Then you're wrong. Google won't have.
I was actually just searching
for
SocialBlade on Baidu here also, and I'm kind of upset. SocialBlade is the third result on it. It's not even in the top two. So power to Google.
So that's kind of like a double insult because not only are we the authority on our own name, but we're not controversial enough to get filtered. So if you're watching us, Chinese government, let me tell you something. You're doing everything wrong. Your filtering of the people. They filtered IMDb. Give me a break. IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, is being filtered, blocked rather. So this all.
Yet it shows up in the search results though. IMDb.cn is the second result.
I feel kind of bad that we're talking about censorship when we're actually censoring the people in this room, but
Thank you.
But I do feel as though anytime you truly try to censor a majority, you're only asking for an uproar because as humans, our human nature is to talk. And we want to be heard and we want to be understood. So
yeah, okay, that's enough.
I think it's just I know.
Enough of that.
I'm moving on.
Move on, please. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm just kidding. I was pretending. See, that was a like a metaphor. I was China and you were Google, and I was filtering you. Censorship. It was beautiful.
I know. I felt it.
I know.
And I felt the uproar coming up inside, and I was going to do verbiage stuff.
Okay.
I don't think I'm making any sense now.
Not so much.
Go on with your story.
I think we all lost. We're going through sleep deprivation. So if we make no sense, then it is because of Patrick. So, but that's the bad part. Now there is good news. Social media has been very beneficial, and it hasn't had the effect that it had during the Iran elections. Of course, there was a huge uproaring through social media that's very well documented. It didn't quite have, I think, the positive effect that everybody hoped. Nothing really changed, but at least people became aware. But in Haiti, on the other hand, there seems to be good and bad, but mostly good coming out of this, where social media is able to have a positive effect. Through social media, last week, live on the air, Urgo was able to donate money. So, while we were doing it with the show, it was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So, Patrick, any last thoughts on that part?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just don't have...
Wait, what were you going to say?
The only thing that's on Pat's brain right now is bacon. He's going bacon, 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 bacon.
Nice.
So.
We're good.
Very good. I'm going to do a very poor segue. That was it. Did you like that? No, you didn't. Aaron, tell us about Vivu.
Yeah, by the way, I got really creative. I let my hair down and I got creative with my titles. As you can see, it says Viva la Vivu, and if you can't see it, you will be able to see it later on the blog. And us Skypers, Vivo has to do with us Skypers. We need to unite, all 521 million of us and counting, because many of us have pondered the fact if the downloadable program is covered under the social media definition. And I'm not trying to point fingers here, but I'm just going to say mainly Urgo. I, on the other hand, would have to say yes. I mean, it's an easy way of communicating, whether it be voice, video, text, file sharing, content sharing. So gives you an opportunity to be social and share media. Case
Viva.
given. Skype has outdated the IM and made interacting with the world a much easier task to do. And as long as your worldly friend or family member has Skype as well, it's completely free, so it's a bonus. You are even able to ditch the old school phone and buy what are called Skype credits or Skype out to place phone calls to landlines. Now, I'm sorry if I sound like an ad, and I'm probably sounding like Victor right now when he goes all crazy over CSMIC, and I can say that because he's not here to defend himself. But I heart Skype. In fact, that's how you're hearing us right now and every week on the SocialBlade show. Now, it's hard to believe that Skype can get any better, but it can. It's called Vivu. Vivu is an online video conferencing platform that has launched an easy-to-use plugin that enables multi-user video conferencing on Skype. Now, many of us have been waiting for this because for those who use Skype, we know that right now you can only video to video. This is going to be a bonus for many businesses. The plugin is actually called Vu, and it enables you to share video presentations, your desktop like GoToMeetings, and of course, video conferencing with large groups. Due to its cloud-based technology, Vivu can be used via PC, Mac, and even the smartphone. The very small downfall for some people would be that it costs $9.95 per month. However, this doesn't mean that everyone has to go out and grab it in order to be a part of a multi-video conference. The plus side is that when one person has the plugin and they go and they ask their other Skypers to take part in the multi-meeting, once they receive the link, all they have to do is click on it. The person is then able to take part in the experience without ever having to download the plugin. Currently, the main competitors of Vivo are TalkBox and TinyChat. So the question is, will Vivo become the plugin that will lead the world in video conferencing with Skype?
I have no idea.
I have a question.
But I want to find out.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Would we be able to move our Ustream program to Skype totally and do our show from Skype and eliminate Ustream altogether?
No, but we could have Wednesday night meetings and we could all see each other while we discuss what stories we're going to cover for Thursday night show here on Ustream.
Also, what we could do with it is have one central back end for the streaming, because right now we're actually piecing together a whole bunch of different video streams. If we use this, we could have all in one, and it would work a lot better. Maybe things would be synced up a little better, because if you're looking right now, I'm talking into the camera, but you probably don't see my lips moving at the same time that I'm actually talking.
No.
That was pretty amazing.
I thought
Did you do that again?
had something wrong with you.
No, it's all right.
Somebody get that on tape. Here, let me push record real quick. Hold on. Okay.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm going to try it because I agree with Patrick. I figure if there's a way that we can do this, and not that I don't love Ustream, but I don't. So, yeah, if we can figure out a way to use this, I am all in. What is my job title anyway? What do I call myself? I am a co-host for SocialBlade. Industry of social media. Telephone, I don't have one. Country, I don't have one. We'll put Canada.
Are those requirements? But the thing is that I find it exciting because I use Skype for various things, and I find it interesting, that we can talk to various groups, of people, but we haven't been able to do it video wise, and it's going to be nice. I mean, we do have to go to Ustream or TinyChat or something that offers the multi-video conferencing. But, for small businesses that use Skype, this is an awesome way to, introduce people that are necessarily out of the country, like in Canada, or I don't know, share your friends or whatever through Skype. I think
this will connect the world. I think I might have to hire somebody in South America or something just to try this out. Hey, do you guys like my Google Voice number? It's JD Tweet.
Is it really your Google Voice number?
It's really my Google Voice number.
That's awesome.
I tried to get bacon, but there wasn't enough characters.
Oh.
So I tried to get bacon, and there was too many. It was just all bad stuff. I'm very disappointed in myself. Beautiful. Yes, we definitely want to try that. We also want to try, and I'm going to call my guy, my buddy over at hothardware.com, Dave Altavilla, and see what he thinks about Viva la Vivu, multi-video plugin for Skype. Because hothardware.com does reviews of technology. They do anything from hardware, which is very clear, but they also touch on some software products, and they get into the news, the breaking news. For example, Corsair issues the 23, there's a lot of numbers there, Dominator GTX memory thing. Jason, can you tell us more about that? I didn't think so. And we know that Jason's smart, but he did not know what the thing I'm looking at was. But Dave will, because Dave is Hot Hardware. HotHardware.com gives you everything that you need, from reviews to news to reviews and news. And that's all I have to say about that. Moving along.
Speaking of more news, my second title is Viva la Via. Get it? Like Viva la Vivo and Viva la Via. I got creative today, I'm telling you.
There's a trend going.
Now, Via, yeah, right? I don't know, I got giddy. Now, Via has to do with my friend Facebook, because we all know how much I love Facebook. And although it's in its own league, it has been competing with the almighty 140 characters champion that we call Twitter. We've seen it when they've changed the way our homepages look, giving us the option to watch it in real time, as well as creating at replies, but calling it tagging. So it was only a matter of time for Facebook to announce their Twitter-like retweet, and so they did. It's called Via, and how it works is by going to a friend's posted item in your newsfeed. Click on the share link, and voila, Via will be there, along with your friend's name. Though unlike Twitter, you have the option to remove their name. Once it's shared, it will post onto your wall as well as your friend's wall, as long as you have decided to use their name. However, Via can only be used when a link is shared. You cannot via anyone's status updates or photos. But since links are the most popular retweet on Twitter, according to TweetMeme, this seems to be the way to go for Facebook in its attempt to continuously remain the very number one of social networks. And I've got a big smiley face. What do we think of Facebook's new feature?
I love it. I do have a question. What's the difference between the guy on right here and the other guy next to him? Right down here at the bottom? About $1.2 billion.
It's Mark Zuckerberg, right?
Mark Zuckerberg and J.D. Rucker. There's about a $1.2 billion difference right there. As far as the feature itself goes, I love it. Not because I've used it yet, because I have not. It's been a really busy week, but I do plan on using it. But the whole idea right now, Facebook is in a big-time war with Twitter. It's not an announced war. It's not something that's going to make the headlines like Apple versus Google, Microsoft versus Google, all these different things. But it is one that is nonetheless just as important, because the reason that this is so important is the information and the data. Right now, Facebook has so many more users, but a lot of them are private. And so this gives an option or an ability to accumulate even more data. Think about it like this. If you're not private, but you have a friend who is private, you can quote unquote retweet or re-Facebook, or as we call it, tag in Facebook lingo, and give Facebook the ability to collect that data, or not collect, but give non-Facebook applications the ability to collect the data, and it just puts more of it in their hands. To me, it's a brilliant move. Not to mention, of course, it's one of the most popular features on Twitter, and so why not copy it? Pat, what do you think?
I mean,
Well,
I'm sorry,
go
Aaron.
ahead.
Aaron, it's your story.
no, go ahead, Pat.
I do that. I'm going to shut up now.
No, we don't want to hear your opinions, JD. Of course we do. I mean, what I was going to say was just that I think that it is a great move on their part, but it is a bit copycat, and they keep doing that. The smart part about it is that they're keeping up with their competition, because really Twitter is their competition. Although they are different types of platforms and for different uses, they pretty much it pretty much feels as though they're constantly trying to compete to be the number one social network. And I love Twitter, don't get me wrong, but I think that Facebook offers more, and for that reason alone, I mean, people are going to enjoy it much more than they do Twitter on a regular basis, especially sharing with their personal lives, not their online lives. And at the same time, if they're keeping on top of the competitor that is, targeted more towards online folks, then they're gaining way more power. So I think it's cool. I like
Well,
it.
you kind of stole my thunder, but in a little bit of a different direction. Hey, I mean, like Shikaki was saying in here, is that he doesn't like Twitter, and I'm of the same idea. I see Facebook as being so much better than Twitter. And so what if Facebook is using something that Twitter has? Is it really stealing from them? I don't know. It might be considered some way that they're stealing it from them. But to me, Facebook is so much better. Twitter is such a waste of time. Nobody cares what you're blipping on the radio. Nobody cares about your free way to make money by telling me how to whiten my teeth from green tea leaves or whatever they're doing. And nobody cares about none of that. That's why I don't really get into Twitter anymore. And because Facebook, I have friends from school, grade school friends that, that's a long time ago too, Aaron. This is back when you and Urgo were on big wheels. And, I'd much rather spend time on Facebook than Twitter.
But that wasn't the case before you met Facebook, because before that you were on Twitter a lot more. And then we kept saying, you got to try out Facebook, and you were like hemming and hawing, and then finally you decided, I'm going to try out Facebook. And now it's your preference. And now it seems
Right.
like Twitter is kind of useless to you.
Yes, it is. I agree.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right in everything you said.
Urgo.
I like that.
Urgo.
Write it down.
I am right now.
Urgo, will you stick with me on this one, please?
Yeah. No, I mean, all Facebook's good for is poking, in my opinion. But
That's all you do with it is post.
I know, and then you post something to it, and you expect people to care what you're posting. You can't just poke and then expect people to care.
I definitely have started using it more recently than I have in the past. I do every once in a while, go on, read people's messages and reply and look at pictures and things like that. But I still use Twitter a lot more than I use Facebook. But I mean, to each their own. They each have benefits and drawbacks, and it's whatever you're most comfortable with and feel the most connected to.
I'm sorry, JD's looking really creepy down in that corner. I don't know if it's just me, but
I look creepy no matter what I do. So
he looks evil.
well, I had an idea. I'm thinking, this dichotomy within our ranks is seems very passionate, and it's beautiful. I love it. What I'm thinking is next week we already have our guest lined up, but for the week after that, or in a future week, I think we should probably get a Facebook advocate and a Twitter advocate as guests, and we should have a battle of the social networking titans.
Fight
on SocialBlade. I am, and I have to admit, I'm not, I'm a big Twitter fan, but I've been looking, I haven't been touching them. It's innocent. I've just been looking lately, but man, there's some stuff. It goes beyond a quick little poke sometimes. Gosh, and you can take that whole part and take it out of context, and then I'm in trouble with my wife. So you just look at it. There's nothing wrong with it. So, but let's get Victor's opinion. What do you guys think? Should we have a battle of the Titans?
Sure.
I'm completely
Yeah,
for it. I mean, I love Twitter, but I wouldn't be on the bird team.
All right. Well,
I'd definitely be on the bird team.
Well,
My money's behind the bird.
Yeah, see, look, Yoon's giving up on Twitter too.
MySpace.
He's a poker.
Russ wants
MySpace, Russ.
MySpace to win.
Well, this is then I'll go ahead and do it. Let's do this. I'm putting out an open call. Mark, Biz, if you guys want to come on the show, you're more than welcome to. We'll get you guys on, and we'll let you battle it out. We can get a venue, put you in the middle of a boxing ring. We'll put in kangaroos, and we'll just let just let it go wild.
You know, it'd be cool though if we couldn't get those two guys because they're extremely busy. But if we could get two people that represent one hardcore and the other really hardcore, and they're passionate about it, and see how the audience members team up, what side they'd be on and why, and see their passion about it as well. That'd be kind of cool.
Gosh, this is such a meta
Or we could
conversation.
or we could talk about which one of us wants a Hot Fudge Sunday more, like me. We could do that too. That'll work.
No. Not a hot fudge sundae. We need brownie. Are we like you want to go, Pat? I mean, we can do the Sunday.
Yeah,
wars.
we can do that.
Come on, baby.
We can work that out.
Come on, bring it. Going down, baby. But we'll see what we can do. But what about AT&T?
AT&T and Facebook. They actually, there was a little bit of an incident over the past weekend with the two, and it wasn't even the first time, at least reported. Basically, what happened was this Georgia mother of two went on her phone, her AT&T phone, Nokia, I believe, and went to Facebook.com and ended up looking at a profile on there, logged into an account, looking at the profile of one that wasn't actually hers. Did a little investigating and found that absolutely it was for someone totally different. So she had her two daughters also try to log in on their phones, and the same thing happened there. Everyone got logged into a different account, which was really strange. Turns out what apparently happened, according to AT&T, was there was some sort of routing glitch where basically how web browsers get authenticated, phones or computers, there's this little thing called a cookie that gets passed over that instead of on every single page you go to where you have to type in your login information, this cookie gets sent along and it has all that information encrypted, and somehow Facebook, or rather AT&T, routed the cookies for other people to different people's phones. So they got logged into other people's phones or other people's Facebook accounts, and it just was really strange. AT&T claims they have fixed the issue, but this is the second reported time this happened. As I mentioned, this one was in Georgia. A couple of months before that, around Thanksgiving, I think it was Washington, where this happened to someone else over there. So I don't know. It's strange, but be aware that whatever you have online, someone else might log in, be it hacking in or just even a glitch in the network. So that's what you have to worry about with doing things in the cloud.
All right.
Well, that's reason number one why I don't poke guys in Facebook, just girls. I don't want them, when they look at me. I was like, I'm going to poke them back, but, you never know. Someone might try and log in on the phone, and thanks to AT&T, they'll be all over it. They'll know all the things that's going on.
Yes.
I can't take those chances.
Yeah. Sorry.
Now, let me ask you about this. Now, if Facebook, and I mean, this is just my opinion, if Facebook is now taking over Twitter, what's Bill Gates going to do?
Well, he's going
as
to
far as
make it.
popularity?
He's going to make it. He's going to pick a winner. He's going to basically use his genius as the one of the richest people of history, one of the great thinkers of the world, and he's going to make a choice between Facebook and Twitter. and he has made his choice. He selected the winner of the Facebook Twitter face-off, tweet face-off thing, the Battle Royale. And he declared, resoundingly, that Twitter is the winner. Let's face it, guys. You've got Urgo. We know he's smart. You've got Bill Gates. We know Bill Gates is smart. You've got me, which doesn't make much of a case for it, but still, between the three of us, I think that the winner has been announced. It is going to be Twitter. Twitter rocks because Bill Gates is there. And as a matter of fact, not only is he there, but he is like skyrocketing up. If we had Victor here, Victor can show his claim to fame. He was early in and followed Bill Gates immediately. He was one of the first, when it was still in 4 digits, he's following. Let's go there. What is his, it's just Bill Gates, right? / Bill Gates. All right, we're going to go there. I'm going to
293,000 followers.
293,000 followers. Almost.
A total of 12 tweets.
He has almost as many as me. I'm going to follow him, and he's talking more on Davis and the film. They're talking about Sundance Film Festival. That's great stuff. Let's talk to him. What do we want to tell? Somebody in the chat room, give me something to say to Bill Gates. And this is my one opportunity to talk to him because I know that he reads every single one of the tweets. I just can guarantee
of course.
That.
Well, the thing is, ever since yesterday, he's added 2 more followers.
Well, he's about to add 3 because
he's following
right.
2 more people.
42. That's right.
Yeah, he's gonna
he's
add.
Been active.
He's going up to 43.
Ask him what it's like being on Family Guy.
What is it like?
Ask him what it's like being on Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Or which show did he like being a part of or associated with the most?
It's 140 characters.
Simpsons or Family Guy? And you could probably hashtag it and ampersand it and all that other stuff. Make up some keys and throw all that shit in there too. Stuff in there too.
Ampersanding is Simpsons or Family Guy. Which appearance did you like better?
And when will you be on SocialBlade?
That'll be the next one. All right, and then we need another one. Pull from the studio audience, please. Let's get them going. At Bill Gates.
Yeah. What do you want us to say to Bill Gates? Let us know. We'll tweet him right now.
Ask him
Russ wants to know if he has fun with robots.
All right. Get Russ's Twitter account, and I will at Bill Gates.
It's
and what is the
Palmer.
question?
Do you have fun with robots?
We have our.
Don't ask that. I don't really want to know. I don't even want to know.
All right, pick one. Pick a Pat approved tweet, please. Okay, we're going with this one then.
Ask Bill
We're
Gates
going.
if he wants to have a beer with me and Ted Ursu.
Ursu, who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Dave put, Bill, have you ever owned an Apple product?
Ah, that's a good one.
Who asked that?
I liked it.
Hi,
Dave
Anthony.
did.
Very good.
Which?
No.
Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave.
Ricochet
Dave.
Biscuit.
Hardware.
Dave Altavilla, yeah.
Own an Apple product. All right.
Think that.
And very good.
Concept.
Let's see if he's replied yet.
He's just sitting there waiting to
Oh,
respond.
no. I got something better. Tell him, hey, Bill, we're interviewing Amy Vernon next on SocialBlade right now.
Nah, but I will tweet that.
Here's the reminder you asked for.
Bill, yeah.
Just send it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Interviewing Amy Vernon.
Nah, it won't get Bill on Amy, but it'll get some of his people riding his nuts. They'll come over and check it out.
So we had
Let's
our.
see. He's there now.
So we had our setup. That was our setup. Our setup guest.
Ask him if he likes bacon.
Oh, I will. That's actually okay. Yeah, that's a good one. No, because I'm spamming him. I don't want to spam the guy. He has enough money. He can buy me. So I'm not that expensive. But
True story, actually. Now that you mentioned spamming and Bill Gates, little known fact. I don't know if you guys remember back in like the '90s, Microsoft had a product called Bob. So what I used to use as an email address whenever I needed a throwaway email address that I didn't actually need to get something from, I used bob@bob.com. So I did used to spam Bill Gates until he sold the domain.
all right, that was awesome.
Yeah, now's a good time to bring Amy in.
You know, and I had a good
Yeah,
setup.
you know,
I said,
Story,
and-
Jason.
in
And
boxing,
as big as Bill Gates is, he's just 771 popular stories on Dig away from our next guest. She in there? Can we move all that?
Yeah,
If JD gets to the Twitter,
I got
there
it.
she is.
There we go.
I am.
Amy Vernon, how you doing, Amy?
Okay.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Really looking forward to it. We've been trying to get you on a couple times before. Before we get started, I had a New Jersey, New York quiz I wanted you to take, and at the end, it's going to tell me what. It's going to give me an answer to what you are. Okay?
Uh-oh.
You ready for this? All right. Now I'm
Okay.
going to give you. I'm going to give you two choices, and you're going to pick one or the other, or neither. You cannot say, oh, both. Oh, both.
Okay.
Because New Jersey or New York people don't fly that way. So,
It's true.
cheesesteaks. Yeah, cheesesteaks or pizza.
Pizza.
Okay, pizza. No. Okay. Giants or Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Shocker. All right. And then this is sort of like a flow chart. So I got to go over here. Sean Green or Thomas Jones.
I
Do you
really
know who those
don't care.
people are?
No, not really.
No, they're both running backs for the New York Jets.
Yeah,
You're a
I
bandwagon
just like.
jumper. Okay.
No. I'm a Jets fan because my husband is a Jets fan.
Okay. Which
I'm a
one?
college football fan, actually.
You got to pick one or the other. Sean Green or Thomas Jones. Or I can't get the right
No,
answer.
say Thomas Jones.
Sean Green.
No, Thomas Jones. Thomas Jones saved the game last week.
Sean Green. Sean Green. Yeah, they're both very good. Sean Green's more rested. I'm sure Urgo doesn't care though. I know this answer. Jack Bauer or Fox Mulder.
Oh, please. Jack Bauer.
Okay.
Now I know why you asked that.
I like it.
Lennon or Conan.
Leno.
I know.
or Conan.
Honestly, neither. But if I had to choose, it would be.
You can't. Okay.
You have to choose.
I did.
Okay.
I said if I had to choose, it would be Conan.
Excellent.
I don't really care, but I definitely.
All right. How about this? Conan or Coco?
Oh, Conan, because Coco is just moronic.
I agree. Devils or Rangers? I'm sure you could go Islanders or Devils, but it's Devils or Rangers. That's the hockey team, sweetie.
Can I say Panthers?
No, that's not one of them. That's not very New York or New Jersey.
I really so do not care about hockey.
Okay, neither then.
Islanders.
Yeah.
That just takes me in a different direction. You just can't say both.
You really
24
do have-
or 30 Rock?
24.
24, okay. Ooh, wow. Bully Beatdown or Jersey Shore? Those are MTV shows.
Oh God, neither. I've never seen an episode of either of them.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
the
I'm wondering if this is going somewhere too, Kate.
Okay. Now, the next two, you have to answer one or the other.
Okay.
Leg whip or curb stomp?
Are those dance moves?
No, those are actual things that you do in street fighting.
Oh, okay.
The curb-
I know what a
curb
curb
stomp's when
stomp
you-
is.
Okay, and leg whip.
Yeah,
is when
what's
you-
the leg whip?
Well, I'm thinking if I tell you what a leg whip is, you're going to pick it. It's going to move you a little further north, away from the hardcore people. So you're just
Well,
gonna have to pick.
I mean, a curb stomp's pretty hardcore, so okay.
All right, we're gonna go with the curb stomp. All right, and then
It's been
last
a
one.
while since I was involved in street fighting.
Yes, exactly. And Coney Island or Atlantic City. This is the last one.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. Okay, let me look.
He
See,
really has a flowchart. This is amazing.
hang on a
I
second.
cannot even imagine what this is going to result in.
Holy cow! Look, the answer is January 21st, Thursday, 2010. It absolutely worked again. I did this same test on my son, and it got the same answer. It's true. It works. All right, let's get on with the questions.
What?
How did you get your start in social media? What got you started here? Let's start with your background. I noticed that. What school did you go to again? Northwestern.
Northwestern.
Yeah.
Northwest.
Tell us about the time you left Northwestern, and then you're starting the social media.
I worked at the Miami Herald for 6 years,
Okay.
including being a member of the Pulitzer Prize-winning staff for public service for covering Hurricane Andrew.
Okay.
Then I worked in Arizona for a couple of years, and then came back to New York, and was working for a newspaper in suburban New York, and got involved in Dig because I wrote for the TV blog and was a fan of Jericho, and so all of the people commenting on the blog were doing all this stuff about Dig Days to raise awareness for Jericho, not getting put back on the air. So I dutifully got a Dig account and did it, and then it morphed from there.
And then you
Okay, so that's what led you into Dig, and I mean, the people around you, were they as good as Digger that you were? I mean, did you pick it up right away?
Oh no, I really, really sucked at the beginning. I had no idea
Okay.
what I was doing. I would do the whole, submit something and not have any mutual friends and not dig anybody, and
Well,
basically like everything wrong that you could possibly do, I did.
when did you finally get to the point where you knew that you just get on your IM and bug the hell out of everybody and say, "Hi, friend, if you please, dig this, return favor anytime, bro."
Well, actually, when I was first really getting into it, like once I had an idea of what I was doing, that's when there were still all the shouts, and before everybody was like IMing all the time. So it was kind of like just shouting constantly, and I know that it annoyed the crap out of people, but I got front pages from doing that, so it worked. And then it just eventually, as time went on, then it started being more IM, and then I rarely shouted, and it just it just evolved. Once you get good at it and it starts going, it gets easier. I mean, it never gets easy because I freak out if I go 24 hours without hitting the front page.
Nice. Well, imagine going. What is it? How long have I been banned? 6 months. Talk about doing that. Um, Actually, didn't you actually get banned? What happened there?
I was banned for about an hour one day, because I submitted something. There was on this one website, there was a short article about this purse where the handle was a knuckle duster, and I just thought that was really cool. So I submitted it, but because that article linked to the page where you could purchase said purse / knuckle duster, which I would have never bought because it was like $795 or something. Um, some people marked it as spam. When I contacted Dig, they told me, and they said, I mean, it was kind of obvious that I wasn't doing it to help sell the purse. So they basically said, if you promise never to do this again, will reinstate your account. So for an hour, I was banned, and I like nearly had a coronary. But there was one time I thought I was banned, but it was Jason's fault.
Urgo?
On SocialBlade, I was crossed out, and I freaked out immediately.
Oh.
I am Jason. It was like, what did SocialBlade say? I'm banned.
Well, you know what? You get a really nice tombstone. I'll show you something.
I like had a coronary, and then I went to check
Yeah.
my account, and it was there. I was really, really pissed off.
Yeah, sorry about that. That happens sometimes when it has communication problems with Dig. If it
I know.
can't pull up your profile, it thinks
Once
you're banned.
my heart started again, everything was fine.
Well, yeah, it's not all bad. You get a nice tombstone, a lovely parting email, and a couple of other things. You get a couple of IM, damn, dude, that sucks. And then they never bother you again. Just you want them to quit bothering you in IM, tell them you got banned on Dig. You're pretty much done. Let me ask you this. I know that there's one particular sub that I subbed when I was on Dig that sticks out in my mind. Is there one particular sub that you subbed that, I mean, whether it be the one that gave you the most digs or something like that?
There's two. One is the first one that ever hit the front page, which, as they say, you never forget your first time.
What was it?
And that was actually, it was a blog post that I wrote because I was still like not really, with the whole program, but it was a blog post that I wrote actually about 24.
Oh, nice.
So that was my very first front page. And then the other one that stands out was my first bacon submission, which was merely a photo of bacon.
Okay. Now, that let's just go into that. How did all this lead you into Fascination Bacon? Was it this one submit?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed, like whenever there would be stories or pictures or anything that had to do with bacon, I just saw there were just like all these funny comments, and bacon is the candy of meat. So I don't even know why I did it. I just thought, I wonder if I submit a photo of bacon, can I make that hit the front page? And I didn't have a ton of front pages by this point. I mean, I was still happy to get a couple of front pages a week. And I went on Flickr and I just did a search for bacon and found a photo of bacon and submitted it. I mean, that's all it was. It was like 2 strips of cooked bacon. And it hit the front page, and it got about 4,500 digs. I think that's about where it is now. And I was laughing for days just reading the comments, because there would be like all these comments in a row, like, oh my God, dug for bacon, now I'm hungry. Damn it, Amy, you made me hungry. Now it's midnight and I need to make bacon. And it was hysterical. And then once it hit the front page, then like every 4th or 5th comment would be, what the hell is this doing on the front page? It's bacon, just, which I totally understood, because it really was just a picture of bacon.
Yeah, I mean, what were you what possessed you to pick bacon? Were you hungry for it? Did you have a craving for it?
No, I was always amused by everyone's reactions to bacon. So I wondered if I could get a photo of bacon to hit the front page. I was just amused.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the perks and benefits. I see that right here there's a video shown where you've exploited your children and brought them into a video and actually cooked and made bacon for them to eat. What's going on there?
Only Raphael eats bacon. Marcus is in a picky stage right now, and really isn't into bacon anymore. But Raphael really likes to eat bacon.
Wait, what happened?
Okay.
He doesn't like bacon?
And so Oscar Mayer, there's Marcus showing his little butt there right now. Oscar Mayer sent me 2 packages of their new super thick cut applewood smoked bacon, because I am the bacon queen, and a skillet.
Yeah, like why did they send it to you? How did they come? How did you have that?
Well,
I want
because
to have the same meeting with Coors Light.
because I have baconqueen.com, and
Okay.
I am the bacon queen. That is the first and only bacon news aggregator on the web. It's like the
Okay.
Drudge Report, but for bacon.
Well, that's cool. Have you gotten any other trinkets or benefits from having being the bacon queen? Any other perks?
Well, I mean, people are always offering me, bacon, like if I go somewhere to eat or whatever. Actually, a friend of mine, who I've known since, I don't know, like junior high or high school, who's vegan, came over for dinner one day, and she actually brought vegetarian bacon, because she
What
saw
the hell
it.
is that made out of? Rice?
I don't even know. And she even, when she handed it to me, she's like, I saw this in the store and I had to buy it and give it to you. You don't have to eat it though. And actually I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, if I'm gonna go through the process of cooking bacon, it's gonna be real. But she wasn't offended at all. She just said, I had to buy it for you.
Do you like turkey bacon?
No.
Okay.
Well, if I'm gonna make bacon, why am I gonna make it out of turkey?
I don't disagree.
Okay.
Just clarifying.
Okay.
It's not even like real bacon. It's kind of weird. It's sort of like if a paraplegic has a stroke. Do you really know? Can you tell? It's
What?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
Okay. Yeah, Patrick, that made no sense at all.
It did in his own
well,
world.
it did to me. It did to me. So
Except
that's
actually, in like a Patrick sort of way, it did make sense.
See, it's like with turkey and beef, they don't taste the same, but they look the same. There's a little bit of difference. Maybe
Patrick?
there's more drool from the stroke victim than the regular
Actually,
paraplegic.
Patrick?
Yes.
Patrick? Yeah, bacon's made of pork,
What did I say?
beef.
Meat. I'm sorry, I didn't school myself on the bacon before I got in here.
It's the other white meat.
Okay. Aaron Urgo, have any questions?
What about me?
I think JP has a
Yeah.
question.
I'm the one that requested questions. Can I ask?
What?
I
Yeah,
would've
go ahead.
asked her.
Go for it, JD. I'll ask mine after.
No, you. Oh, if you have questions, please you go first.
Oh. Well, we all know that you're on various social networks, and I wanted to know what you get from each of them.
It's interesting because I really get something very different out of each of them. We had there was the whole conversation earlier about Facebook versus Twitter, and I really like both of them for very different reasons. I have a lot of old friends, people who I knew from growing up at this summer camp that I worked at in Connecticut, when I worked in South Florida, when I worked in Arizona, when I went to college. And I'm connected with a lot of them through Facebook. And so a lot of my communication on Facebook is with all these people who I've known, from various points in my life. As a matter of fact, when I went out to San Diego to visit my dad the other week, I saw a friend of mine who was a counselor when I was a junior counselor at this camp in Connecticut, like 20 years ago. And I haven't seen him in 20 years, but we talk all the time on Facebook. And, he's married and has kids, and I'm married and have kids. And we just caught up on basically like the last 20 years of our life. And it was just, very cool.
Wow.
And then Twitter, I've made some new friends on Twitter. I mean, people who I just ended up having conversations with. And now we have I mean, there are people who I actually really like, and when they come to New York, we're gonna, go out for dinner or a drink or something. And Dig is different too. I still get like a little bit of a rush when I hit the front page, and kind of go through withdrawal when I don't. And stumble upon, I love it when my stumble bar is empty, because I love using stumble upon the way it's supposed to be, which is you have your categories chosen, and you hit stumble and some random thing is sent to you. And you have no idea what it's going to be. And more often than not, it's something cool. Unfortunately, like right now, I have 75 things in my stumble bar. And I rarely get to use stumble upon the way it's meant to be. But those are all, I mean, they're all very different sites, and those are probably my 4 favorites, and I just really love using all of them just for very different things.
Okay, now we got some other questions. JD has another question that I saw in the room that he wants to ask you, and we have a surprise for you before we take guests. I'm sorry, questions from the audience.
Yeah, I got a question
JD,
here also. I got a question here also. Amy, what we know you're the Bacon Queen. You're the baconqueen.com, but do you have any other sites that you work on also?
Yeah, I have my own TV blog called tvtyrant.com. I have my own personal website, amyvernon.net, because amyvernon.com is taken, and I really want to know who that person is, and it's very annoying. I also blog 24 on blogsforbauer.com. It's we live blog every episode of 24, and basically they're a bunch of fascist neocons, and I'm kind of a crazy liberal woman, and they're all men. But they're allowed to insult me, but they will not allow anybody else from the audience to insult me. They're like my big brothers.
I got good news here for you, Amy. I just looked up amyvernon.com. It's owned by a company in the UK, and if they're not listening to this right now and they forget, it's going to expire March 28th. So watch for that. Maybe you'll be able to get it then.
Cool. Thank you. I always forget about Who Is.
Who is great.
I know. I forget.
Who is what?
Excellent CSI SocialBlade work there, Urgo.
I put their phone number in the room here too if you want to give them a call.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone's going to. Looks like an IP address.
It's a UK phone number.
Adam had a question. Ankle Snap had a question. Why did you pick a picture of Marilyn Monroe for your profile?
I honestly have no idea. I was just looking for, I think it was just that day I was setting up my StumbleUpon account, because I used to have a different one with a different username, and I was just making all my usernames the same, but I wasn't thinking to make all my avatars the same at that point. And I just looked at the photos that I had on my computer, and I saw that one, and I just was being lazy and didn't want to spend a lot of time doing it. So I put that there, and I've always left that photo there because everybody knows me on StumbleUpon with that photo. So, you always get this paralysis in changing your avatar, because everybody knows that's your avatar, and if you change it, they might not remember your name, but they'll see the picture and be like, who's that? So I left it.
Soji Shirts has a question. They want to know how long you plan on dominating social media.
When will you release it?
When will I release it? Well, I don't know. I guess as long as I can.
All right, now during social media, since you started doing social media, aside from Russ Palmer and Justin Beagle, who are the most famous people that you've met?
Well, just since doing social media, or
I mean, as a result of social media, your work in social media, who's the most famous person you met? Deathwish 808?
well, I did briefly meet Kevin Rose, though he probably doesn't remember. I did. I met Plimpton. I've met and talked with Pete Cashmore.
Oh, that's nice. Those are
No,
pretty impressive people.
No, like Hollywood celebrities or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I would consider them high-ranking people. Believe me, we'd be very happy to have them as guests. We'd be as ecstatic as we were when we found out we were having you. Trust me. Any other questions from the audience or the guests?
Or the hosts?
Didn't JD have something?
I thought he did.
I just wanted to remind you that we did meet in Vegas. So.
Oh, of course.
Just make sure.
Didn't y'all ride in a clown car together?
We did. And
yeah, actually,
awesome
I was in a car. JD was driving. Andy, Mr. Babyman, was in the front passenger seat.
We were doing a show
back
then.
Seat, yeah, in the back seat was oh my God, it was Muhammad, Salim, me,
Greg
Louis Bauer,
and Louis was and then Louis was on the other side of me, and then Greg Vokes was on Muhammad's lap, but his legs were also across my lap. And then John Boitnott was actually between Louis and I, except that he then lay on top of the center panel between the two front seats, and his head was on the dashboard, so he would have been the first one to die. But I felt actually Muhammad and I were in the best situation because we were underneath people already, so the chance of us dying was like the least.
And as soon as
in the car,
and so we pull over. Louis says, "Pull over here. Let's just get out here." Pull over. Like 8 people emerge from my car, and I'm illegally parked. And I look over, and there's cops walking over to me. They all bail. Me and Andy are stuck in the car, and just like, "Hey, how you doing?" Yes, they were all in this car. They're not anymore. We'll never do it again. See ya. And we drove off. That was fun.
I wonder if there's ever been a time that more populars have ever been confined to a 4x4 space. I mean, that had to be close. It had to be like nearly 8,000 populars in that one little car.
If the car had been sucked into a wormhole, like Dig would have imploded.
I bet you, if we think about it, it's probably there was about I would say 23% of the Dig front page over the last 2 years was in my vehicle at one point. That's awesome. I never thought about that. That was my
JD, you should have kidnapped everyone until they promised to submit SocialBlade every day.
I see there's like a few more questions.
I saw Yoon had a really good one. It was, how do you manage your time when using social media and not let it become a time suck?
That's what my husband's for, because he's actually turned the wireless router off on me before.
And he's still alive.
Oh.
He is because he is the father of my children, and he also cooks.
Does he cook bacon?
Does he bring home the bacon? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I cook the bacon, the grilled cheese, and the macaroni and cheese. And my husband does all the other cooking. And I actually, if when he's not around, like I actually have a really difficult time managing my time because I like see something shiny and get distracted. And when he's around, he's like, "Okay, what do you need to get done today?" And I tell him, and then he writes it all down, and then nags me until I do it.
That's awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it is. It's great. Every once in a while he's like, I don't know, maybe because he was a stay-at-home dad when I was working at the newspaper, And every once in a while now, he's like, well, maybe I should get, a job outside the house. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Tim here in the audience, he wants to know what dig story is your favorite that you made popular?
The bacon one.
And the first one. Excellent.
But the bacon one isn't really a story. I think he's referring to a specific story.
I'll tell you the one.
Actually, do you know what? No, I'll tell you which one. My brother-in-law is a teacher in Newark, and his kids did an 8-minute science fiction film they worked really hard on. I mean, it was green screened and special effects and all this stuff. And, they're high school kids in Newark, and this was not even arts high school, and it was amazing. It got into a film festival in Croatia, as a matter of fact. And I submitted that, and I was totally open with everybody. I was like, look, this is my brother-in-law. It's his class. It's 8 minutes. I understand if you don't watch the whole thing, but it would be really cool if you did. And it hit the front page, and I thought that was really cool.
Nice.
That was the nicest. That was the one that I had the best feeling about, because I did it because I wanted to help my brother-in-law, and because he's a really cool teacher and a really cool brother-in-law.
Well, now, was that a video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They were looking for a story. They were looking for a story, not a video. We got the image, and now we got the video. We need a story.
I've got your favorite story.
All right, let's have the picture ready, Urgo.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. So start introduce, and we'll get it up.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do, Amy. We're gonna put a challenge out to our viewers. We're gonna give you an image for you to post on one of your blogs, whatever one you want that you can, that'll help to get page views. What we want is somebody that's on Dig that can submit it. And what we do, we can't pay you for it. We can't even give you a freaking sticker for it, because you could run the risk of getting banned because of their toss. Of all the people know that, you'd think I'd figure that out by now, but I didn't. And we're just going to promote it. Not promote. How do I want to say this?
You've said enough.
We're gonna post it on our blog. That Dig thing. Let's just say that Spill Russ goes ahead and he's the one that submits it to Dig, or we'll get somebody to submit it to Dig. Are you up for that? Do you want to do that?
Can I see the picture first?
Absolutely.
Coming from Pat, right? I know.
Yeah.
All right, I couldn't get it on webcam max. So
We've had some funny IM conversations for church. She knows. I pretty much tell it straight. There it is. Damn it! You spelled it wrong. You got the wrong version. It's AHMER.
Oh, you did the correction wrong.
Of all of the things for Patrick to actually know how to spell correctly, it's Jeffrey Dahmer's name.
I know.
No. We'll fix it.
Well, yeah, it's easily fixed. But the thing is that I thought it was the other way because of what I was told yesterday. But anyways, it was.
Adam, is it right? It could be. I could be wrong.
No,
I
Patrick,
thought it was
you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's DAHMER.
Okay, but you see what it is? It's a pig cooking bacon. If
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a pig, or were a pig.
The Dahmer.
I see. It's very funny. Okay.
Well, no, it's not really. It's something we thought of, so it's not really funny.
Don't blame us.
But we'll get it fixed, and we'll get a volunteer, and we'll get it. Let's just say that it's Billy wants to submit it. We'll get Billy's email address, and we'll email the link wherever you post it. Are you up for that?
Sure.
It's just a test.
Very
We'll figure
funny. It is. It's very funny.
Well, I like the artwork better. The artwork is more. detailed and better than the actual joke itself. Yeah, it's an Irish pig, Adam.
An Irish pig.
The green eyes.
Are we still within terms of service for YouTube, by the way, Jason?
Sure.
Okay, excellent. I do want to...
Amy?
Yes.
Amy, anybody else got anything to say? Because I just wanted to thank Amy for coming on and being our guest. The 19th overall all-time digger, 12th among active viewers, the #1 female digger, power mixer, so much other stuff that she does in social media, huge on Twitter, very popular on so many different sites. Do you do Propeller?
You know,
Just a yes or no. You remember there?
I have an account there.
Okay, all right, yeah, jeez. They do it all, I guess. I don't know. Yes.
I'm not
I feel
on
the
Reddit.
same way, bro. You're not on Reddit?
I do not have a Reddit account.
No, okay. You should talk to Dean about that. Y'all could be buddies on IM. Anyway, but thanks a lot for doing the show. We really appreciate having you on. It's excellent talking with you as always.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks,
It was
Amy.
a lot of fun.
So much for
Amy.
Definitely.
Thanks.
You do have a distinction that we've had some very powerful dig users in the past. We've had Mr. Babyman a couple times. We've had Muhammad Salim. We've had Louis Bauer. Who else have we
Moo
had?
wasn't here.
Moo was here.
Moo hasn't been a guest here.
Well, he was on the after show.
Yeah.
No,
Who else?
Louis was on.
Yeah, Louis was definitely on. What other power diggers?
Louis was on twice.
Bukowski.
Louis was like my first. Louis was my first friend, like my first friend on Dig.
He was my first friend.
Twitter
In like
and
social.
Skype.
No. Soji Shirts was my first friend on Twitter, but he introduced me to the social media world. Louis did. So that's something we have in common. That's cool.
I know we had a lot of them, JD.
Well,
We had several, as a matter of fact.
the distinction is
Yeah, I remember Russ used to confuse me because like he was Russ on one IM and he was Rusty on another IM, and I was just like, choose a name.
definitely. Anyway, your distinction, the thing that you've been able to accomplish that none of these other power diggers have ever been able to accomplish, is that you actually hit the front page while being interviewed on SocialBlade. And that is
Oh yeah?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
that is
What
never,
hit?
It
Oh, the
was
cheating one?
Cheating, yes. I think Lime Life or something.
Okay, yeah, the cheated the men unemployed men cheat more.
Yes, exactly. Luckily, I have a job, so we're in good shape there. It's actually moved up, is the funny part. After a few berries on some other stories, it's now in the 3rd position. But yes, while you were live on SocialBlade, you were still hitting on the front page of Dig. That's a major accomplishment. Major.
Woohoo!
Number 772.
I love that. And I
There we go.
I did have one more question. I did some investigating. Isn't it true that you did at one point work for a knuckle buster purse company?
I can't answer that question.
All right.
I do.
She pleads
I
with
do,
both.
however, and actually, JD, you'll appreciate this. I do, however, write for hothardware.com.
Oh, I appreciate the heck out of that. Hothardware.com, where you can get reviews, and Amy Vernon.
And me.
And Amy Vernon. Right there, that's enough of a pitch to send everybody there. So go
There
there.
you go.
Go there right now. Submit. Beautiful. Anything else, anybody? Other questions? Excellent.
I think that's the show.
I think that was a wrap. Sorry for the not having bacon ready. You know, I should have had bacon. Luckily, Urgo came on with the bacon, so that made up for the show. For those of you who enjoy the show and want to watch us more, want to interact with us when we're not on the air at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern on every Thursday, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. At our handle, of course, is SocialBlade. We're still considering whether or not to keep the Facebook, since it appears that Twitter is the better of the two. But we'll
Cough, cough, cough.
we'll debate that in a couple of weeks. Please.
The only good thing about Twitter is poop my Pat says, and he doesn't even say anything funny anymore.
What happened, Pat? The only place you can
The
find
poop my Pat says thing.
Yeah, I love poop. From Pat. Yeah, and I said that live on the air. That's awful. We are still up for a Shorty Award, so please go to and vote for us if you do like what we.
Ooh. I'm up for the Bacon Shorty Award.
Bacon.
And I'm almost in second place. I do not expect to beat Jim Gaffigan. So, I mean, I'm not even trying to get into first place.
It's okay. If we get you in second, that'll work.
Yeah. I'm really close to second place.
Okay. Everybody go
Well, if you get almost get second place, do you almost get nothing for getting there? Is there a second place Shorty?
Yeah, I don't think so, but, I know I'm not.
Depending on who you came in second to, that's really quite an accomplishment.
Exactly. So.
Very nice.
So with SocialBlade, though, we were in second for quite a long time, but now we've fallen to seventh. So we really do need your help to nominate us for news also.
That's SocialBlade, at SocialBlade, news section.
ShortyAwards.com/SocialBlade.
Amy, sincerely.
And what we could do is post Amy's link up there, the Shorty Awards link on our blog, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We could do a whole blog of pages and posts for her.
We can actually pick who we want to win the Shorty Awards, and we can take them over and dominate them.
There you go.
They do encourage that. It's not against the rules, so gaming is allowed. Amy, thank you so much for being on. Come back. Definitely.
Thank you.
You elicited a lot of questions from the audience, so I'm sure that if you come back again in future weeks, that we'll have even more audience with more questions for more Amy Vernons. Audience, thank you for coming. You guys are wonderful as always. I appreciate the applause earlier. And Dave from Hot Hardware and hothardware.com, thank you for sponsoring the show. It has been so wonderful having you and having your illustrious writer Amy Vernon on the show. Just remember, when you're out there alone, you feel like it's time to get social, remember that we are SocialBlade.